Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Good morning, Dr. Jones. You are listening to 106.1 Praise FM, one of Radio One's favorite stations, and you're listening to I Know a Place, and I want to take you there. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It is indeed a blessing. Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, D.C. This is a special day, a No King celebration day all over the country. I know there's a special number. I've had that number in front of me that you can dial that number and it'll tell you the nearest No King gathering to where you are located. So I don't have that number in front of me, but you can Google and request that number for No King location, and it will give you the location that is close to you. And you can go and join in with the celebration of No King Day. No King Day. So we want to, it is suggested that this will be the largest gathering in this country ever. Largest. So let me go back to the beginning. I know a place, and I'll take you there. Of course, a place that I know is a place that I grew up, where in Cane Ridge, where we own this large section of Cane Ridge. It was originally presented to 3 daughters, and one of those daughters was my great-great-great-grandmother. She was born in 1843, and her name ended up being Louisiana Johnson. Louisiana Johnson. She was one of 3 daughters that was granted the land that was present. She was a Stewart. Louisiana Johnson was her married name, but her original name was Louisiana Stewart. Louisiana, my great-great-grand, this is still Women's History Month, so I'm going to throw this in. But, so this is the place I know because out of that came, she had a daughter, and her daughter had a daughter, and her daughter had a son whose name was Joe. And this is a special National Joe Day. I'm coming back to that. But his name was Joe. And Louisiana Johnson's husband was named Joe Johnson. So I'm coming back to that because I recognize Joe. But first, the place I know was this community. And the unique thing about it was my mother came from Mississippi, Camden, Mississippi, where the Southerners, her grandmother, Ethel was her mother, her grandmother was the Southern. Harvey George was her father. Cajun Southern had oil wells in the 50s and dominated a lot of the land in Camden, Mississippi. That's 15, 20 miles outside of Jackson. My mother came out of that section, so recognizing and she came, she was involved in the church extensively. She had moved from Mississippi to Helena, Arkansas, and involved in the church. And when she came to Cane Ridge, she helped to set up a lot of the concepts and the worship and the youth and all that was in the church in Helena, Arkansas. She brought all of those ideas and principles and stuff from Helena, Arkansas, down to Cane Ridge. And there she worked extensively with developing children program, nursing program, mothers program, and all that was existing in Cane Ridge Baptist Church. Now, the place that I know, that's the place where we work for ourselves. We own our own land. We cultivated a lot of, that time we raised a lot of cotton. We planted cotton and corn mostly at that time. But we had also cattle, about 75 head of cattle, 100 head of hogs, 500 head of chickens, 100 head of turkeys. We had a whole lot of work going on. We had to do a whole lot of work. So those principles of work was the concept that developed into our family and into our concept and into our community. And the other unique thing was everybody was related. Therefore, everybody was considered your parents. You could not, there was absolutely no killing, no crime, no stealing, nothing that took place in the community. And we know that's not the only community like that. Many of the black communities across the country before, during the segregation, did not have that kind of excitement. So we need to go back to principles that we originated from and allow ourselves to be developed by the principles that we was given when we came out of Africa. You know, when we came, Africa was one of the dominated nations of the world. There's no other nation that dominated the world as long as the African nations for thousands of years, Kush nations for thousands of years dominated. And that's why we are celebrating here at Concord the Ethiopian Bible, because the Ethiopian Bible has many of the members received the Ethiopian Bible. For me, I have some classmates from Memphis. I finished high school in Memphis. That I have to send their Bibles to. I haven't sent them to them yet, and I like, if they are listening, I want them to know the reason why I have not sent them is because the members of the church have gotten all the Bibles. I only have one left, so I send that one, but I'm going to get some more Ethiopian Bibles, because the Ethiopian Bibles originally originated with 81 books instead of 66. 81 books. And the Bible that we have, or the Ethiopian Bible, not only have 81 books, but they have 88 books in it, because these are the concepts that when the Eastern world, the Romans, and the other European countries, there were so many principles, basic principles, that highlighted the value and the power of the African people that was existing in the Bible. Therefore, that's why it's only 66 books, because they left out a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that there's stuff in the Bible that is untrue. I'm saying there was stuff in the Bible that was not put in. Everything is not in the Bible that should have been in the Bible.
Right.
And that's what the Ethiopian Bible does, is bring back principles. In the Bible, one thing about our Bible does is let us know that there are periods that are not in the Bible. Take, for instance, when Jesus was first born, there was people that came from, the wise guys came from other nations, and they took several years to get there. So they came looking for Jesus, and when the king or the ruler found out that these wise guys were saying that a new king for Israel had been born, they put out a death notice to kill all babies for 3, 4, 5 years old.
King Harold?
Yeah. To kill all babies. So now watch this. They had to take him and go to Egypt. Now that means that he must have a dark complexion. You can't be in a black section and a white person in a black section not be identified how to find you.
Right.
Not only that, but he showed up again when he was 12 years old. And when he showed up again when he was 12 years old, there's nothing in the Bible talk about him between born and 12. 12,
right.
Then he showed up again at age 30. There's nothing in the Bible, but in the Egyptian Bible, they cover all of those years. They let you know that the principle, he let them know that what John said, that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. God, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. So what he did, what the Bible failed to do, what they failed to put in there, is the experiences that a child goes through, and that's what Jesus had to illustrate all of that as well.
Right.
Yeah, but our Bible don't tell about the matter of fact, I believe it was the Gospel of not John, the Gospel of Thomas, that talked about Jesus when he was a baby that was left out of the Bible, when he was a young kid, because he had certain attitudes and behavior and fun that was written that they didn't want that to be reflected in the Bible. Understand? But Jesus came to illustrate all stages of a person's life. He came to illustrate what happened how you behave when you're a child, and how to come out of that. When you're a teenager, how to come out of that. And the Ethiopian Bible give you all of those experiences that Jesus went through, all of those challenges as a kid, and how he was, and also demonstrate how he participated in gaining knowledge. You know, we know God has all knowledge, but he came as a human being to illustrate to us if he coming as a God, then we're not gods.
You can't relate to him.
No, he won't be illustrating to us as to how we can develop.
Right.
So he had to illustrate all of those stages that are left out of the Bible, how we can develop. And that's one of the problems that we have experienced in our community after integration, is because we were taken out of the segregated section where we would insist on being trained on the early development and the early attitude and the early behavior and the early principles that we must maintain no matter what environment that we find ourselves in. And so that's one of the things. So now, I don't want to get too deep into biblical training, but let me go back to some of the special days. This is a special day, but there is a place, and this place, as we know, that we emphasize, is the role of the church. Now, the role of the church should be highlighting the development of the children and the stages that they go through and leading them to special principal school. So we have a school here called the Development of a Square, and we have a child that came through all of those schools here at Concord, the Development of a Square, and which started about 16 years ago, the Development of a Square and all those training. And we have one illustration of a child who is now 20-some years old and have her own business. And we're going to talk about that later.
Yes. Hello, Baltimore.
Have our own business. So this is now, let me go back to these special days. This is the Major League Baseball Origin Day. This is, I think, the first day of the Major League, I believe. That was emphasized, the Major League Baseball Day. So we know that we have a super baseball team here in Baltimore.
Yeah, let's go O's.
and we expect
them to win
the championship.
Yes. Yes.
We are promoting and expecting and encouraging Baltimore and Baltimore area and the areas around Baltimore City and all over Maryland to give support to our baseball team. That this is the National Baseball Day. For the beginning, I believe the first day of the Major League Baseball team. And we know that we're going to have the championship team here this year. All right, okay. Also, this is Respect Your Cat Day. Respect Your Cat Day. That sends that the basic attitude, disposition, principles that you ought to have in your house. And if you can respect your cat, you can respect your husband or your wife or your children. But you ought to illustrate your respect for this cat day. You know, a cat can be affectionate and involved in doing things. You know, it's create special interest for you, and you can respect that and draw out of that cat special care that you have for the cat, for your children, for your wife, for your husband. Out of that cat, you can develop these principles that is illustrated, because a cat can be very affectionate and kind and considerate and helpful and showing up in special places. So that Respect Your Cat Day. Then there is another day they call National Joe Day. Now, National Joe Day. They said this is to give consideration and respect to everybody that we know and everybody that in history and everybody that is in our community, everybody we know named Joe. Special care, special respect, special consideration for everybody who is named Joe. Joe. Now, that hit me real hard. Because my great, open the door. I think that door is locked. I think she's trying to get in. My great-great-grandfather, Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson was named Joe. Louisiana Johnson, my great-great-grandmother, was married to Joe Johnson. Joe, so that can start right there. So that means that my father's grandfather, great-grandfather, was named Joe. So Joe Johnson. Also, Uh, my father's name was Joe. Joe. My father's name was Joe, so I have to. This is respecting all Joe. Now I know I can name Joe Lewis and a whole lot of other Joes. That is the blues singers and all that, and the musical, the baseball players. I can name all those. But I have personal people. My great-great-grandfather, my father was named Joe, and not only that, my oldest brother is named Joe. So is named Joe. He is now about 89 years old. 89 years old. Joe, Joe Jones, my brother, my oldest brother named Joe. So we have this special salute and respect to special Joe Day. So the key factor is that this day really, like every day, is the most important day in a person's life. That's what we have to understand. Every day that we get up, it is the most important day in our lives, because the attitude that we have on the day that we get up will determine what the outcome going to be in days to come. That's why we must recognize the importance of the day. You know, there's biblical reference and emphasis and songs that emphasize in the early in the morning, in the day. There's songs that are written about the morning. Aretha had a song written about how when she first woke up, before she put on her makeup, she had a little prayer. So emphasis of recognizing the value of the day, the value of the day. And so each day, this day, as you get up, as you focus on basic principles and attitude and disposition of this day, going to affect the way the rest of your life. So that is very, very, very important. So those are the special days. There are other days that I'm not going to take time to talk about, but there are other days, but those are some of the special days that we want to emphasize today, so that we can encourage you to look at these days and relate to these days as part of your experiences that you're going to be having. If you can't extend it for the rest of your life, for the rest of this year, this is your new year development here for the experiences that we can have. We know, Sister Johnson, you're there, we know the 3 or 4 basic principles of our talk show. Sister Johnson, you want to come in with that? The 4 basic principles of our talk show. She will be dealing with it. Come on in, Sister Johnson. I'm calling for you to do the 4 basic principles of our talk show. But while she's on her way to start, we have a lot of fun here. We enjoy sharing our talk show. We enjoy sharing our talk show, and we have some real good stuff still coming up. We got, like I indicated earlier, we have a young lady here who came through the development of a square school here, and she now run her own business. So, and that's the way we have to understand those families that are listening, that don't have their children involved in anything, any kind of instruction, any kind of motivation. That's why one of the things that we talk about is the motivation should be done in schools for elementary school kids. The churches that don't have motivation and all that, we're open every Saturday, and we accept all children from anywhere out of the community. They can come and be involved in this school, because we have some concrete evidence, because they've been going on for about 16 years, and we have people. We celebrated women last Sunday here, last Saturday here in this talk show, about 25 women that had young women who have come up in the church here. Some of them were out of this same school. They have PhDs now, and because we were celebrating members of the church who have developed PhDs. And all of these folks, about 25 of them, they talked about last week, and identified them who have PhDs and working in certain areas, some outside near D.C., some down in Texas now, working in different locations. We highlighted and showed the pictures of all of them last week.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, touche. Y'all did some things.
PhDs, and what I'm saying is, this development of a square school takes place here every Saturday, and we're going to have someone that we're going to be talking with who have gone through the school. She can express herself. As a matter of fact, we want her to talk about her family, because her family was already in church.
Right, yeah. So I'm Renaya Lakua.
Yeah, we're going to introduce her
Yes.
now. And you're going to have about...
Dr. Jones, she ain't no stranger to the
No,
show.
no,
She
no.
done been on
She
here.
only
She
gonna
done
have
did all
about-
of our events.
she
Oh,
gonna
I
have-
forgot she's a guest
You're
today.
going to have about 3 or
Okay.
4 minutes before we do the song.
Mm-hmm.
But after we do the song, we come back, then we have another 20 minutes.
Okay.
You can keep on talking about.
Okay.
So
So you want me to
introduce
go
yourself.
now? Okay.
Introduce yourself now.
Yes.
And
So,
point to some of your family members that were
Okay.
here and all that.
all right. So I'm Renaya Lakua. I'm the granddaughter of Barbara Collins.
Say your last name again.
Renaya Lakua.
Lakua. Did y'all get that?
Yes.
We got that, Dr. Jones.
I'm the granddaughter of Barbara and James Collins Jr. I'm the daughter of Renita Lakua and Benson Lakua. My grandparents came here, I would say almost 50 years ago.
Yeah.
My mother got christened here. My mother's sister was here also. They grew up here. Their children were born here. So I was born and raised here at Concord.
Did I
on the-
baptize you?
Yes, you did. Yes. On the Rosebud Choir, singing up there.
But you
and-
start off on the Rosebud Choir.
Yeah, so that's the children's choir. I joined the Saturday school. And from there, of course, we're taught, there's 4 different areas, right? Because there's a square. There's economics. There's recreation.
Education.
And one more,
Spirituality.
spirituality.
Yeah.
And
The 4
so,
areas, that's the development of a square. Square has 4 equal sides.
right.
And she was explaining that she took advantage of all 4 equal sides.
Right, because you need all of them.
You need all of them.
A
Yeah.
wholesome and whole person.
Yeah, to be a wholesome
Yes.
that's the theory of it. Be a wholesome and whole person. There's a pledge that we learn.
Right.
You remember the pledge?
I pledge to receive equal training of my head, my heart, my hands, and my health. My head to think right, my heart to love right, my hands to do right, and my health to live right. And so I've become a wholesome and whole person.
I love that you remembered that. I'm like, yes.
I wrote that 50 years ago.
Dr.
Yes.
So we're gonna I think close to the time of the song, and we'll have the song come on now. Because when we come, let you first have the song introduce the 3 parts, and then we'll go to the song.
Listen up, folks, really
Then
quick.
we come back and talk about her development.
That part. Dr. Jones in rare form today, y'all. So if y'all listen to the show before, you already know he's on one today, okay? So first things first, if you've never listened before, we're here every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And Dr. Jones has come up with this amazing, it's a talk strategy program, but it's 3 pillars that we focus on that really will improve our communities. And so the first thing is Dr. Jones wants people to know that the Black church is and has always been the strongest economic entity within our church, right? I'm sorry, within our community. The Black church is and has always been the strongest economic entity within the African American community. Let me say it correct. And then, so what he thinks the best, and not even think, what he's done is significant research to show that if people would mentor individuals, we could build up new and more improved entrepreneurs, right? And so we focus on mentorship. And so what we have done is interviewed several, like as we're doing today, business owners, different community leaders from, beauty to demolition to education to lawyers. We've had all these folks on the show, and what they do is, and pastors, provisions, community leaders, all of those folks. And so we want those individuals not only to talk about their business and to, of course, promote whatever services that they offer, but we want them to be able to mentor young men and women who wish to start an existing business, whether it's similar, connected, or something of that nature, because we know that mentorship really starts with just connecting and making sure that we understand what each individual's needs are on both sides of the spectrum, because even being a mentor, of course, it's beauty in that, right? So we can talk about that all day. But what we do is allow these individuals to come on the show, and we want them to mentor young men and women who wish to start an existing business. And I circle back to that because there's no right or wrong age to start a business. So when I say young people, I'm saying that because they are our
All
future,
ages, yeah.
but it's all ages. I say it every week after week. Like you got the Chicken, Harry Ford, Walmart, all of these folks that have started multi-million-dollar businesses that have lasted decades, and they've started them after they were 40 plus years old. And so,
And we want the
yeah.
the business in the community where their churches are located. Go to those pastors and talk to them, and
absolutely.
encourage them to promote you, and you help mentor people in their congregation.
Because that's the call to action. The call to action is also what you have done, Dr. Jones, which I love, is that you pretty much call people out, but call them out in a positive way. Which of these pastors? Because we found that there are business owners in the pews of everyone's church that pastors either don't know they own a business, pastors don't promote their business, or the church members don't know about the business.
Right.
And so business can start right there in your church home. And so that's the point.
We want to encourage the churches to identify those people in their congregation who have businesses and motivate the members to,
to support the
utilize
businesses.
those businesses right there. Sometimes they going outside getting stuff, and folks right there sitting in the congregation do a whole lot better job than they go
offer the business. That's a clear fact. And then the second phase of the program is what I love because it deals with our babies and our young people and education. And so Dr. Jones has done significant research again to show that the industrial arts should be put back into the school system at an early age. And I don't know if it's ever been done like that here in Baltimore, but technically in other countries and places, when it comes to trades and talents and the arts, these education institutes start early on. So by the time these children get to high school, young teens, by the time they get to high school, they have the sustainability that they need, whether they don't want to go to college or whether they may not even finish high school. They have a skill that they can actually fall back on. And so I think that is super important because it's done in other states like that.
Mitchell High School in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, but it's done in other states.
Yeah.
I did too. That's where I got my cosmetology license. At Milford.
At Milford. See, okay, but then Milford, for you, when you were coming up in the county, it was only what, Milford and Carver or Western Tech? It was only like 3 schools you could go to, right?
That one, and you might be right.
And I know in the city it was Edmondson High School and
Mervo.
in the city, but that's about it.
At Mitchell, when I went to high school, was right tied onto that same building was elementary school. And then out of there, and so
that's
that kind of development came right out of that elementary school, right into that high school, and these principles that they were teaching. You'd be surprised that we had guys who go into professional baseball and professional.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And so, the fact that we just sat here and tried to think of the schools, that means it's not many. So that's the whole point, right? And so we need the industrial arts, including the regular arts, like the talents, the music, the acting. All those things need to be put back into the school system in elementary school. And then the last phase, which I think Dr. Jones, I don't want to say he enjoys one more than the other, but this is the one that he thrives on, okay? The place of home ownership, owning your land, owning your property, and passing these things on as generational wealth. But Dr. Jones has done research again to show that if employers, especially big businesses, if they tie in home ownership with employment, it would be a trickle-down effect. Not only would it promote generational wealth, but then it also does things like it helps those employers have reliable and consistent employees, because if they could buy a home close to the job, you got to worry about them showing up, right? All the things. But the point is that these businesses can help homeowners cut through the cost of closing costs, having a credit score, just all those things that are barriers for people to own their homes. And so I love to always call out John Hopkins, shout out to John Hopkins, because they are doing the work. They're in a community where there are lots of vacant homes that they have invested in, that they allow their employees to buy, and they've also, created some type of structure where people can work for them and really not have to wait 5 and 6 years to purchase a home. So I love that. And so those are the 3 pillars. We're talking about mentorship from business owners to mentees. We're talking about the industrial arts put back into the school system. And then we're talking about a place of home ownership, because Dr. Jones believes that crime is ultimately not a sociological problem, it's an economic problem. And we know if we can solve some of these economics, people are going to commit less crime.
That's right.
That part right there.
And they have if they own their own home, they have a different attitude about
Oh
Your
yeah,
own
about the
community.
community, everything changes down to the crime. So that's what we love to hear. But that's what we're here every Saturday to talk about. But I just can't
And
wait to get back to our good guest,
and
Dr.
we
Jones.
should I
And
keep
what?
or should I come in with the song? We are the people that we can do it.
I guess we could do it, but they can cut the song short because we
Yeah,
got a
cut
good
the
guest
song
today.
short, 'cause
So
we got
we don't need to play 6
a lot
minutes,
of more
guys.
stuff that we
Give
want
us
to
a
talk
little
about.
3 minute little show, a little 3 minute little song, so we can come back with this young boss lady that we have here, dripping in her pink today. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this song, guys.
Yo, what's up? I'ma kick it with the line, y'all know. Yo, Slim, can I kick it like this? Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love, sent by one from heaven up above. Take it from T, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying? What? It's time. Yep, yeah. Here we go. We are the people who can do it. Oh, yeah. It's time. Time to make the change. We are your people. We can do it. Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
It's what is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth.
Yep, yep.
We got scared up and fine, walking through the night. We're the people, we can do it if we try. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, why do we have to go through it? It's just a test of our faith. But we're living day to day. We don't know where, we don't know when. But it's coming from again. It's time.
About that time.
Time to make the change.
Yep, yep.
We are the people who can do it. Voices up to you. It's time.
It's about that time, y'all.
Time to make the change.
Yep, yep.
We are your people. We can do
Yo,
it.
Mob, kick it for me one more time.
It's Jesus is spreading mighty fast. It's earthquakes are moving through the land. It ain't nothing but a sign that it make up our mind. We're the people, we can do it if we try. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, why do we have to go through it? It's just a test of our faith. We just live it day by day. Don't know when, don't know when. But it's coming
You know
back
what?
It's time.
About that time, y'all.
Time to make the change.
Yep, yep.
We are the people who can do it. It's time. Time to make the change. We are your people. We can do it.
Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love, sent by one from heaven up above. Take it from me, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying?
I know we can do it.
Here we go.
Somebody ask me, why do we have to go through it? It's just a test of our faith. We're living day by day. Don't know when, don't know when.
Oh, yeah.
But it's coming right
Here we go.
It's time.
It's about that time, y'all.
Time to make the change.
That's right.
We are the people who can do it.
We gotta make that change.
It's time.
About that time.
Time to make the change.
make a change, and we're the people, and we could do it. We actually doing it, Dr. Jones. We trying to make a little change, change. A little fair square for a change around here in Baltimore. I love that. Yeah, so welcome back to the program. And if you didn't listen right before, we wanted you guys to hold on and let you know there's no commercials, and we got an amazing guest today. But also we just kind of recap what this program is all about: mentorship, entrepreneurship, industrial arts, and totally home ownership and land ownership, right? So that's what we talk about here every Saturday. So welcome back. You're listening to your favorite co-host, Jamie Chris, and Dr. Matthew L. Jones is with us today. He's not traveling today. Y'all know most of the time when you hear my voice a lot, he's not here, but we're both here today, and we're excited to be here as we close out Women's History Month with an amazing guest today. And so, Dr. Jones, you got anything else before we get into this good interview here?
Well,
what you got?
yeah, go ahead.
You sure you ready? We can do it now?
I have a lot of other stuff that I want to cover here, but I do it at the end.
Oh,
Because I'll be
okay.
talking about Palm Sunday. Nick, this Sunday is Palm Sunday.
Yes,
We will be supposed to be in white.
Yes.
White.
Perfect. Well, it's Women's History Month, and so we have someone here, and Dr. Jones, I love how you introduced her when I was like in the little get along, getting here, right? And you're like, yeah, somebody's been in the school, she's done this, she's done that, she's gone all the way through the Saturday school, she's gone to college, she's done this, she's a homeowner, she's a business owner, all the things you named about her. And so I'm excited to, hear more from you. And so introduce yourself to the listeners again.
Hello, Baltimore. I'm Renaya Lakua, and I'm the owner of Confidently Natural hair salon located in Towson, Maryland, in the Circle.
I love that you said in the Circle. That's perfect. And so just really quick, your last name, because it's such a pretty last name. Where does your last name, like your culture,
African
your
related.
family?
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
My
Okay.
dad.
African related.
I just wanted to plug in for all my Nigerian friends that be listening. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's one of, they
Igbo tribe. Igbo.
Okay, that's beautiful. Let's be all the way clear. So you said, wait a minute, so go back. You're located in Towson at the Circle.
Yes.
I love that part. So we're talking about the Circle where all the new development, all the buildings, all the stuff are in Towson,
You got
Maryland.
Free People, you got...
It's another store that's right there
it
too.
Is.
It's not Lululemon. It's another store. I don't know, but I know. First of all, the Fur Guy is there. Then you have all the restaurants that are
Shake
right
Shack,
there. Yes,
Sweet Green,
yes.
ramen.
Look. She names
Everything
all the
you
restaurants.
need
You already
is
know
right
where she's going at lunchtime if you want to run her down,
I
right?
sure
So there
am.
you have it. So that's perfect. How long have you been there?
I just moved in October.
Oh wow. So it's okay. So you going on? What is this? This is like almost like a quarter vibe. You've been there for about 4 months now, right?
Yes.
Well, a little bit over 4 months because we're in the third month of the year. That's amazing.
Yes.
And so tell us like a little bit about your services. Like, what do you offer? Like, what are all the different hair facets and you may offer other services? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'm a natural hairstylist, so my focus is all natural hair. I don't do any services with extensions added. And really my focus is hair care. So
Yes.
I want to make sure your hair is healthy. I want to make sure that you know how to take care of it when you leave me. Because my goal is not to take your money, but it's to make sure you understand how to better care for your hair.
How they better care for your hair. Jamerson, you listen to my son, he always be like, I want my length. I'm like, I got to put heat on it to make it long. He don't understand that. So his hair could be healthy and it could grow right. I love that you said that it's all about the hair care. And so but you do have your cosmetology license because you went to NOFA. See, that's what I love. Like, you're a natural hairstylist with a license.
Yes.
Because there are several natural, quote-unquote, hairstylists out there, but they still don't have the licensing or the schooling to go along with it.
Well, you need the license because the license allows you to shampoo hair. And that's the foundation of your service.
That's the
You gotta
foundation
have
of your
clean hair.
service.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, that makes sense. That's why some of the stylists, like if you see them on Instagram, you got to come with your hair.
blow dried.
Yeah, you got to come with your hair washed and already blow dried. I'm like, well, next. Because I don't get the full experience. Because it's like, if I got to come my hair washed and blow dry, I'm not getting the full experience, the beauty treatments or none of that, right?
And you should be questioning everything else.
Yeah.
Like, how you know my hair clean?
Yeah.
You know?
And you just
Are you clean? Like, is everything sanitary? And I would avoid those stylists, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to just be honest.
Cleanness is one of the emphasis I must emphasize in the message.
But that's a big deal, because a lot of these natural stylists that are like that, Dr. Jones, you don't know because you don't really get your hair done.
No, I know about cleanness.
No, I know, but cleanliness, so they will try to use the same combs and everything in these
direction.
places.
No barbicide, no nothing.
Nothing.
Yes.
And just straight try to get to business on your hair, right? Okay, so that's good. And so technically, so if somebody's listening, like, how do you really, like, if you meet someone who's looking for a natural hairstylist, how do you really, like, present yourself? Like, what is your marketing tagline? Like, what is your theme? So you said outside
Healthy hair.
Healthy hair. Like, that's just the bottom line.
Healthy hair. Clients come to my page. Well, a lot of them find me on social media, on Instagram. If you want to follow me, y'all, I'm confidently natural _ on Instagram. And a lot of clients will say it's like the music that I play on the post that I post is clean. A lot of it is Christian music.
Yeah.
And I show the process. And
Yeah,
they're
you
like, oh, you look like you know what you're doing. Like you really care about my hair. And that's how I present myself.
That's it. And you know God don't play about you, so He gonna make sure that you good. He gonna send the clientele
That's
anyway. He gonna send the right people that's
right.
supposed to connect
That's
with
right.
you. And so, so outside of the business, people can book you. They go on. You have like do you use a website, like
Vagaro.com. So that's VAGARO.com/confidently natural.
I love that. And let's
And
be
they
clear.
can, she here at Concord.
I am
if they
here
get
at Concord.
confused about
I'll
that,
be here on Sunday.
They can
Come
call
on
the
Sunday.
Concord, or
Yes, you can.
they can come on Sunday, or they
Yes,
can
you
call
can.
Concord and say, we want to know about that.
The stylist that was on there. So wait, hold on. If you do want to call Concord, you call 410-367. What is it? 1117.
Oh.
410-367-1117. But see, that's not the number for
I
the
have a phone number
stylist.
too,
Oh no,
right?
we gonna get your
she
phone
has a
number.
phone
Dr.
number.
Jones always say call Concord and want to plug it in. Miss Roxanne listening right now. Say call her to book your
No,
appointment.
call
Yes,
Concord.
so-
Also, you may have people who are driving and can't write down, but they know Concord.
Oh,
So they
okay.
can also reach back and say, well, I didn't get her information, but I know Concord. Let me call Concord
You
and
got a
tell them
good
I want
point
that.
there. We got
Okay.
think like Dr. Jones type of folks think. But what is your phone number for somebody that is listening? So get your
Yes,
phones out,
so-
whatever you're writing with. Let's go.
You can call me at 443-863-8394. And that's the business line. So you can call or text whenever you can.
I love that about you. And let's be clear, and if anybody knows about these new day and era stylists, they ain't got no phone number. You got inbox them. You got to wait for them to get back to you. And one thing I do know just from utilizing your services, one, it was a surprise to see you here today. So I love that. This was like great surprise for Women's History Month to close out with someone significant and dear to Concord and to this platform. But I love that when I did book your services, like I like how as soon as you go in, you see your times, you pay your deposit or whatever it is, you get texts, you get updates, you get notifications. If you have extra people or you're running late, anything, you're very communicative, and I love that about you. I think that is where true business and true service starts. So tell me, like, just let's go back a little bit though. What inspired you to want to do hair or to do natural hair? Like, where did you just feel like you naturally always been into beauty and hair care, or did something happen that make you say, you know what, I want to
She came
focus
up
on
in the
natural
development
hair?
of the square now. So
Yeah, we know that part.
Talking about beauty, Dr. Jones.
She
Like,
came up. She came.
The development of square.
She came up developing a strategy to self-motivate myself.
All right, I like the way you put it that way. We want people thinking we just teaching beauty up here in the school.
Let me answer the question.
Yes.
So I would say I started by doing my own hair. And I think that's where I really discovered my love for natural hair. I just started experimenting, doing different things. Also, YouTube University. I was watching the YouTube videos, trying to do different things. And that's how I started. So then I got into marketing. And so now I'm making videos and tutorials on how to do hair. And around that time, I was going into high school. And that's when I decided to go to Milford to get my license. And still, I was kind of scared to do other people's hair, though. I was still only doing my hair.
Okay.
So it was just fun for me. And then I started realizing, like, wait, the products you use should be based on what your hair needs. And so that's how I started doing research. And I started working in a salon as an assistant. And that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because now I ain't just doing my hair. Now it's all of these different textures that I'm working with. And that was very interesting.
I'm sure
I said, maybe this ain't for me. Maybe I need to do something else. But I kept going. And eventually I started working on clients. And then actually a year ago in March is when I went booth rent. And I stopped assisting and I started taking clients on my own. And then
in March of
October,
last year? Oh my
March
God,
of last year.
you've been booming. Like, I watch you on
Yeah.
social media. Like, you are rocking and rolling. I would never think that it's been a year. Like, this month makes a year. Wow.
Yep.
And you've been rocking and rolling. Because, I mean,
Rocking
and
and
you're
rolling.
always in good places. Like, I love, like, you were in Owens Mills before. You were in Towson. So places where they have good parking, where it's
Right.
safe, places to eat. Like, where you're just navigating nail salons.
Now-
Everything you need is all in
See,
the
and she
area.
was talking about the promoting and the presentation and writing and stuff. And she went through all of that. She also participated with Mona in writing plays. And
You are
developing
absolutely right. You remember that? Oh, my goodness.
I mean, because you're right, Dr. Jones. It's all
So
connected.
she
'cause
developed
can-
this natural skill right here as she worked with coming all the way up.
That is true.
And they making presentations,
You're
even
right.
you know, they're designing plays right now that are
You're
going to be
right.
on television and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Right
Connecting
at
the
this
dots.
So we're gonna talk about where I really started.
I love that you said where I really started.
Okay, we were out at an event. This is the development of a square for you worshipers. And we just casually talking. Mona was like, well, I got a job for you. I said, oh, okay. And at this time, this is right out of middle school. So this is the summer going into 9th grade. I was looking for a volunteer opportunity so I could get my community service hours. And then she said it was paid. I was like, oh, okay, fine. So I took it. So I started working in her office as a file clerk. So I would file away all of the documents or whatever. And then she tricked me, y'all. Then she had me answering the phone.
Ramona!
All kind of stuff.
She created it, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
And so I would say that's really where the
Development of an idea, having your own business.
entrepreneurial background started. Being able to see a black woman in honestly a white male dominated field, being able to walk in the room and speak intelligently and eloquently and all of those things. And that's where it really started. That's where it started for me. But I knew I always wanted to do hair though. I was like, I don't like insurance like that. So I found a stylist that I could work under, and that's where it started. And like Dr. Jones said, Mona has the Playwrights Festival, and the first play that I wrote was about a hair salon.
Oh wow! Now that's super cool. I'm like, now I'm over
That's
here
a
like,
skill.
I'm
See,
so
creative.
typed in, right?
Yeah.
That part. So okay, so that's amazing. So okay, you've done all the things, and all those things have enhanced your life and brought you here. And so, you want folks to come to you. You only do natural hair, male or female,
Male or
all the
female.
things. And I mean, one thing I can say about you is everything's laid out. So if you just go to your page, click the link, or call you, you'll send the link out. Everything's very self-explanatory. You give very detailed information about what your
try.
service includes, all the things. So you have really like soaked up that customer service marketing part of it. And that's important with hair care. It's not about just how it looks good on a picture.
Right.
It's all about the experience, right? So I love that.
The
And so tell folks again
experience.
the name of your salon, where it's
Yes.
located, how they can get in touch with you.
Yes, so I am Renaya Lakua of Confidently Natural. I'm located in Towson, Maryland at the Circle. It's called Circle East. I'm right next to the Akira Ramen, and there's a matcha place right next to Salon Lofts. That's where I'm inside. And I'm loft number 8, so.
Oh, cool. And so,
Someone stop
so
by.
wait, it's a private suite?
Yes.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Yes.
So wait, we're not just talking about being in a booth where you expose everybody. So I can come,
Yes.
take my good weave out, do all the things. I don't have to worry about like staring at me, my little hair get washed and shrink up to the seat. I don't have to worry. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad you shared that part that you're in a private suite, because I'm telling you, like, even for my mom who was suffering from hair loss and the alopecia with the older women, they are subconscious. They don't want everybody in the salon staring at them. So you can come and have a private experience. And one thing I do know about you, and guys, don't think I'm just saying this to pump her up. Your appointment time is your appointment time.
Oh, yeah.
You don't mix and match
Oh,
people and
no.
screw people over. Like, you give people the time that they need
Not
when
gonna
they're
be
with
there all
you.
day, in and out.
No, you're not. And what's your
Yes.
social media? What's your IG again?
Instagram, I am confidently natural _
I am confidently natural.
Oh,
no,
no.
you're saying you
at confidently natural _
confidentially natural underscore, and it's
Underscore.
spelled just how you would spell it. Okay, in a
yes.
dictionary. So you ain't got no special
No,
little. See, that's what I
nothing
love
crazy.
about you. That is perfect.
Okay, so we
So, yeah.
got
So
a
there we
couple
have
more
it.
things we want to cover.
Oh yeah, but any more things before you cover? You got any shout outs? Because this is gonna be your last thing. Any shout outs? You got a team, you got a
No,
shampoo
that's
girl, you
it.
got an assistant, your
Not
parents,
yet. Not yet.
your mentor.
Mona.
Mona.
Mona Jones McClain, Excellent Productions.
I love
Excellent.
that.
RJM Insurance Guru.
Yes.
Saturday School. Miss Cofield. That's
Run it down.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
We ain't got time.
Tomorrow is Palm Sunday, and one of the things that we're focusing on is you talked about cleanse. She was talking about clean hair.
Oh yeah,
But
she
one of
clean
the
machine.
and one of the things that happened tomorrow on Palm Sunday was Jesus washed the disciples' feet, and they were, and he was talking about
I ain't
the
washing no feet.
No, he was talking about the
No, I love it.
necessity of being clean.
Understood. Yes.
And
yes.
he was showing them that, and Thomas said, "You can't wash my feet." So if you don't wash your feet, then you won't be able to go in clean direction. And the only way you can go in a clean direction is that the element that must be in you, and the only way you can, he said your feet lead you in the direction, but your heart give you the direction that you should go. But what happened? Your heart must be clean. Because if your heart is not clean, then your feet direct connections are not going to be clean.
Okay, I see the connection. Because if your hair ain't clean, then your style not gonna be right. If your scalp dirty, I love that. It's a full connection. Boom, Dr.
So
Jones. There you have it.
cleanliness. He said if you got your heart clean, then you will be able to get rid of vindictiveness. If your heart is clean, you'll be able to get rid of jealousness and all of this if your heart is clean. He said, but the only way that you can get rid of that, you got to have love. You got to have love for your heart to be clean. So when Tina Turner asked what love got to do with it?
Everything.
Well, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones is preaching this. So this going to be on the same station, 106.1 Praise FM tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So we going to make sure that y'all tune in and listen. 10 a.m. online, live, Facebook, YouTube, or 5 o'clock right here on 106.1
What love got to do with it? Everything.
Everything, right? And so sidebar, super quick. Thank you. Shout out to Braxton Street Resources for help. We got, if you need some help in your life right now, you can call Concord for food assistance, Baltimore Food Bank schedule, credit union assistance, the Lewis Museum, the State of Maryland Workers, Maryland Assistance Program, BG&E Assistance, all those things. Concord has some resources here. Shout out to Braxton Street for dropping these resources to help by. And then as we close out the program, since it's Women's History Month, I was just being nosy and I read the scripture on the back of your phone. I think we should just drop it with that because she not playing around. Like, what is that? What is it? You give it to us.
That is Psalms 46:5. God is within her, she will not fall.
She will not fall. Shout out to all the women for Women's History Month. You're listening to 106.1 Praise FM, and make sure you visit Confidentially
Without love,
Natural.
your heart cannot be clean.
And without a good stylist, your hair cannot be clean. There you go. Don't forget, tune in next week, same time at 11 a.m. Don't forget, we're going to always be here, Concord Baptist Church, broadcasting live. Yes, Confidentially
I know a
Natural.
place.
And we always take you there.